Happy Vlogtober, day 27. Today we are just going to see some of the river happenings today, and I hope that you enjoy some relaxing water views. We're going to watch the tugboats. I had done a whole other vlog and then I saw the tugboats coming and I decided to throw out that footage I had previously done just to capture the tugboats in action. So something a little bit different. Tomorrow I can complain about boxes. I wasn't really complaining about boxes, but tomorrow hopefully some of this will be reduced and things will look a little bit more movable around here. And we are slowly getting there. But for today, I think we will just enjoy being on the river, and I'm going to let the tugboats be the center of attention. There are some really neat things about living on the river, and one of the things is the tugboats. And this bridge over here that is actually slowly closing, and I've zoomed in as much as I can right now, it allows boats through, especially if they're a little bit taller. And so it is a swing bridge, and that's what it's doing now. And there are two tugboats, and I think we saw them briefly last week, but they are pulling some log booms, and it's really kind of fun to watch them as they go along. They hold really slowly because they've got a really heavy load, but then when they go back up the river to get more log booms, they go fast, really fast. So kind of fun to watch them work. So here come the two tugboats with the log booms, and it's hopefully a chance for you to see about how the waves affect the houses. And you don't really feel the house move, but it is, you know, you do see the lights swaying. My next door neighbor, she has a dock attached to her house. Her dock will move, but her house won't. So it's kind of once some waves start, maybe I'll have a chance to show that with you. But right now we have Tuggaway pulling all of those logs, and then there is another tugboat following behind, and they will just go down the river on the Fraser. And what a fun job pulling logs on this ever-changing river. It's amazing when they're pulling them how low the back of the tugboat gets. Sometimes the last boom that just went through, it had the tugboat bottom almost looking like it was going to submerge. So there is Tuggaway, and here is Tuggaway's load. And there's somebody actually standing on the logs back here. He's walking on those logs, life jacket on, but oh my gosh, I would not want to fall into the river. Too cold. I'm feeling a little bit chilled now. I think it's about 11-12 degrees, but there is a wind, so. And this little tugboat is picking up speed now. The guy got back off the logs and onto the boat. That's the smart place to be. And he's pulling up the rear. And there goes Tuggaway down the river. And he has clipped onto boom here. Now there is a little bit of a wake passing by, whether it is a tugboat boat or a faster boat. And I'm not sure. I will just take a look at my neighbor's lawn. If you can see, she has a floating dock and it is moving, yet where her house is, it is not affected in the same way as the floating dock is. So something to note. And we're gonna scan back across. I've seen a couple of eagles today. Anyway, these two tugboats will go down the river. There are a bunch of log booms across on the other side there, and they'll just keep going down to wherever they bring them to, and then you'll see them, maybe if I catch them, heading back to the bridge that turns. So that is what happens on the Fraser River on my doorstep or on my back porch or whatever you want to call this. Earlier today I did see a couple of eagles flying across, and they apparently like to just perch right in this area here. And sometimes I was told there are some pilings. I believe that's what those brown things were called that hold the houses, pilings. And across the way there are some pilings, and the eagles like to land on those. And from what I understand, all my neighbors have binoculars so they can do some bird watching. I did see another blue heron the other day on the highway going grocery shopping, just not on the highway but flying across the highway. When I was here for the first day, when I was overwhelmed, the blue heron just went swoop right across in front of you. Some people do fish in the river. I'm not a big fishy person, so I won't be doing that. And the bridge is back in place. So I'm not sure if that honking was the tugboats, but they are making a good little trek down river. Anyway, I think for today's Vlogmas, just watching the tugboats go by was a nice, calm thing to do, and I hope you enjoyed watching that. It is really raining now, but in the distance I see a tugboat coming. I also see my little buddies. I don't know if that's pop or if that's corn, but they are there. But look at that tugboat way in the distance, chugging along, and right behind that tugboat will be the other one coming to get another load. I'm not sure how far they are taking those log booms, and I'm not sure how long it takes them to hook up and then release them. I'm sure I'll get to know these things as we continue to live in the float home and see them go by. This one was at least their second load of the day. The first load was super, super long. But it's sort of fun to watch them come back because they go at a much quicker speed than when they originally went by with the logs. Because of course those logs weigh a ton, if not 5,000 tons. And I see the second tugboat coming up from behind, just on the other side of the hanging plant of my neighbors. So they are coming along, tugging. And distracting me from the boxes that I need to unpack. And that's okay. Sometimes you need to just go with the flow. And speaking of the flow, the river right now is heading, the current is going downstream. So the tide is going out. And this is a section where you can really see what the tides look like. So if the water's going upstream, the tide is coming in. If it's going downstream like it is now, the tide is going out. And if it's just staying still, that's apparently called slack tide. So here are the 2 tugboats. Going along the Fraser back to either get some more logs or to maybe call it a day. It's still only about 3 o'clock right now. Nathaniel will be coming home from his first day of school, and I'm looking forward to hearing how that went. Tugaway is in the lead here. And the other tugboat is catching up, making some good progress, creating a bit of a wake in front and behind, going against the current as well. So. Hello, Tugaway. Keep on going. And I wasn't able to read the name on the other side, but now that it's coming this way, that's right, Iron Horse, I think it is. So Iron Horse and Tugaway. I think those are just aptly named for these vessels. And here they go, back towards the bridge. I think when they go back, they don't need the bridge to move, but they might. And there is Iron Horse with the waves coming behind. Towards the bridge. So as I said, I'm not sure whether the bridge will move. I think it does not when they're going back, only when they have lots of load. I don't know whether you saw the mallard duck fly right in front of you or not. He just came in for a nice little landing. There they go. And the wake is, I'm going to pop over here, but stay under the awning if I can. The wake is heading this way, and as I showed you before with my neighbor's house, her little floating dock at the front of her house moves with the water. But if you can see that the house actually stays very, very still. Now it looks to me like the tugboats are just going to go under the bridge, and they do not need to open the bridge like they did before. And there are cars that do go across that bridge. All in a day's work for couple little tugboats. Not a bad way to spend the day on the river, I think. I'm trying to find, there's the duck, there's the mallard. Anyway, looks like they are going to head back, maybe get one more load, and I imagine shortly after that will be the end of their day. And I hope you enjoyed watching the tugboats today. no vlog is ever going to be complete again without an appearance by Pop and Corn. Because they love it. They just love popcorn. Hello, pretty.